Hello and welcome to my demo video for SuperSand. This is a project that I created in C++ and I used SFML for the graphics, and it's essentially a falling sand game. So I got the idea after I watched a video of somebody making their own falling sand game in a very short amount of time, and then their challenge was to see if you could make a sand game where it actually accelerated as it fell down. So that's what I did. As you can see here, when you hover over something, it will tell you at the top what it is, how fast it goes, or how fast it's currently going, and also the color. I added some color variation to make it look interesting, but it also persists with each particle. So this is a cellular automata, which means the physics is based on a cell looking at what's around it. And as you can see here, here's the menu. It darkens the area behind it and then shows you all of this stuff. Right now there's no thumbnails for anything because this is in its infant stage. But as you can see here, we've got over 30 material options. And they fall into a few states of matter, essentially. We have a powder like sand, and then we have liquid like water, as we can see here. And I'm pretty proud of the shimmering effect that I've got here, because it freely moves horizontally. We've got stone, and it's not necessarily intentional, but I do like that it actually makes a splash when it goes up. So stone is a solid, so unlike a powder, it will not actually fall to make a pile. It still makes a pile, but it won't fall to make a smoother slope. It will just pile straight up. And then glass is an example of a rigid, which is anything that will not fall. So we've got glass here. And then there's a lot of different materials, and right now the only difference is their state of matter and their density and their color. But in the future, I hope to implement a temperature system, so various objects have melting points and freezing points, and chemical reactions too. So for example, the salt could react with the water to make salt water. It wouldn't react, but it'd dissolve. So I'll just show off some more of the materials I have here. Air kind of acts like an eraser as well. And yeah, I'm pretty proud of all of this stuff. Rainbow right now looks more like static than actual rainbow, but in the future I want to change it to make it look prettier too. Fireworks is just a powder right now, but in the future I want to add functionality to that. Same with acid. So like I said before, I have density working, so because acid and water are the same density in this, they will mix with each other. But lava is way denser than both of them, so it will sink to the bottom, and it's actually denser than powder too. So as you can see, it sinks under, and it makes a sort of spring right now. But let's see. We've got gases here, so this is supposed to be natural gas, which is slightly less dense than air. It will rise up. It also goes to the left a bit right now, but in the future I hope to fix that. See with helium is even less dense, so it'll go up higher. Bricks I'm pretty happy with because it actually makes a brick pattern, but that's another rigid one. And yeah, in the future I hope to make hot and cold don't have any functionality right now, but in the future I hope to make add the other systems I talked about, as well as maybe electricity for metal, for example. We have metal here, so I hope to make an electricity system so you could actually make wiring and stuff. And lightning doesn't really do anything right now. In the future I hope to make lightning actually, when it's placed, it strikes down. You can incorporate that into clouds too, so that clouds will build up static electricity and strike lightning, and it'll try to find the path of least resistance. But that's a future feature that I hope to make. But yeah, I hope that you like how this is going so far. And yes, thank you for watching the demo video of SuperSand.